What's up YouTube, this is Shuttleboy and I'm back with yet another video. Today's video we're going to be going over the Golf Fleurs. It's been over a year now since they initially released. Was this really what we all hoped it'd be? Let's get right into it. So the Golf Fleurs. Before the Golf Fleurs we started with some Vans collaborations. The first one being the gum sole pack. Yeah, everybody seems to really like those, but that was a shoe that now looking back, everyone is really sought after. The gum sole pack. It's just like a really cool shoe, a really cool collaboration from Vans. And now they make gum sole Vans at exact same colorway. So much so I bought a pair that actually mimics the blue pair. Then they came out during the Wolf time period. They came out with the pink soles, which is another one. It's up there with the gum sole is like one of the best Vans ever. A lot of people think, at least personally me, I think the pink soles are probably the best Vans ever. This was another sought after one. The details are just crazy with the liner, the tongue tag on the back, the Golf Wang on the back. Everyone loves that, as do I. And yeah, the box, everything about these was just so crazy. As you can see up there, we had the cherry bombs, which not as crazy of a release. Not as many people were that excited about those, but they were really out of the box compared to the usual just solid color with a different color sole. So I think people really enjoyed that, and a lot of people that missed out on the pink soles, me included, were really excited to just get our hands on any pair of Golf Wang Vans. Now fast forward to now, after Flower Boy, we ended up having a collaboration with Converse now, with some 1-stars. There was a pack. I ended up getting the yellow pair. I think it was called Sulfur, and it was basically like Flower Boy. Like, it was basically the collab we usually get for each album, but on some 1-stars. So Converse, different brand. It was pretty cool. They didn't do much for them though. It was just like the liner and then like the details like on the tongue and the back, which those that we always come to love, but the colorway didn't really do very much. Now you can argue that these colorways didn't really do that much either. These and the gum soles, they're pretty simple as well. But I don't know, these feel a little bit, personally to me, I feel like these are a little bit different. You didn't see Vans like this at all. So that's why I think that's really different. 1-stars, there weren't many 1-stars out at the time. 1-stars was a shoe that not many people cared about. But it was like a pretty typical colorway you would see with some 1-stars, you would expect at least. And nowadays it is a colorway you would expect from some 1-stars, with all the 1-stars that are out there now. A little while later we ended up finally getting pictures and finally a release of the Golf Fleurs that we were waiting for, that we saw previously in a fashion show before these Converse came out. During the fashion show that was in, I believe 2016 was the year. Yeah, we saw them. Everybody was super excited. They even told everybody there that they were going to get a free pair, and everyone was excited for that. And yeah, I just, personally, I couldn't wait to get my hands on them. I was curious, what's the price going to be? I'm going to try and buy as many pairs possible if it's pretty cheap. Yeah, just so cool that he's going independent and making his own shoes. Then we never really heard anything about it other than it's coming constantly for like a year, over a year I believe. And then finally we had that Converse collab, and then these ended up coming out. And yeah, a lot of people had mixed emotions on these. A lot of us, me included, were just happy that a shoe was coming out, that finally like Golf Fleurs in some capacity are coming out. But yeah, it wasn't exactly what we saw at the fashion show. It wasn't what we expected. They ended up, there's some differences to the shoe, obviously, being a Converse shoe and it's modeled after the 1-star. It's not its own model per se. You can make the argument that it's different just because there's little things like the stitching's a little bit different, like this backside panel here. It's a little bit wider here with the stitching than with a pair of 1-stars. Also, they added the flower and the stripe to it. They added the little details like the Golf Fleur on the tongue, the liner with Golf Fleur on it, the bottom with it. But essentially, if you rip off the flower, and you're pretty much got yourself a 1-star if you take the little details off. And that kind of rubbed some people the wrong way. Personally for me, it somewhat did. Like I said, I was very happy that a pair was just coming out in general. But I was pretty upset at the same time though that he wasn't going independent, because I think the coolest thing about it was it wasn't going to be a collab at all in any capacity. That it was literally going to be a built from the ground up Golf Fleurs shoe, a Golf Wang shoe that was completely made by Golf Wang. and that was kind of taken away when these came out. Nonetheless, Tyler had a lot of hype around him at the time, with the whole album just coming out and stuff, and it being so successful. So I'm pretty sure that wasn't in the minds of most people, but I think more long-time golf fans were a little upset with that. It just wasn't exactly what we saw at the fashion show, and I don't think it was the issue that it wasn't exactly what it was at the fashion show, but the thought that he's not going independent anymore. He wasn't able to do that, and now it's just basically a redone one star. Looking at all these colorways that came out, being over a year, was it all what it cracked up to be? I gotta say no. Reason being because there's nothing special to these shoes anymore. Don't get me wrong, they look really cool. I really like the design. This colorway in particular is probably my favorite right now, currently, that I've been wearing of the Golf Fleurs. But there's just like no purpose behind them. When it came to the Vans, they only came out like every 2 years with the album. This shoe was associated with Wolf, and then just like with the Cherry Bomb ones, those were associated with Cherry Bomb. So there was a lot of meaning and story to them, and it kind of like had the theme of Wolf to this, I felt like. All of these ones, they don't really resemble anything, and that just, like, I don't see any purpose to them nearly as much. For me personally, I think these just kind of lost their luster, because at least this one, it felt kind of special because it was the first one, so it was really exciting. It was a new leap. But then with all these other colorways coming out, like the two-tone blue ones, the two-tone ones like the red, white, and blue ones, the cotton candy ones, the monotone collection, all of those different shoes, they just don't have like any story behind them. I guess one of the things I'm trying to say here is I own over 90 pairs of shoes, and I own countless colorways of Golf Fleurs. What makes me want to buy another yellow pair of some flat bottom shoes from Converse? Nothing from these, because you need a story. You need something that makes me interested in the shoe and makes it special. When I own 90 pairs of shoes, I'm not looking to just buy another blue shoe or another yellow shoe that just looks the same as the 5 other I got. I need to have a reason to buy them. That's why people still buy Jordans in all these different colors, because each Jordan has a different story. And the ones of the Jordans that don't sell, they don't have a story, or people don't like the story, or the colorway is just garbage. But yeah. That's why people like these so much, because there's a story behind it. Well, I mean, and that it's rare and worth a lot of money. But because there really is a story, though. At least that's why I like these, because they're about the Grinch. You can clearly tell that it's about the Grinch with all the details and the material and stuff. And that he actually played a part in the Grinch. So it makes it a special shoe, in my opinion. What made the other ones so special, the Vans, is that the details told the story. This doesn't tell any story. This just says, I'm blue, and yeah, that's it. Like, nothing else to it. So, I don't know. I don't really like that about this, is that none of these feel special. It really feels a lot more industry-like now, where each colorway is just to put out another colorway because Nike wants to make some more and make more money off of it. Which makes sense and all, but you gotta make each one feel special. Like, each shoe, since these are Tyler shoes, each shoe should bring me back to a time that reminds me of Tyler of some sort. I was really hoping for this whole experience with Converse to be really similar to Pharrell with Reebok. Like, if you look at these Reeboks, you can't tell that they're Reebok really at all. There's no branding of Reebok anywhere on this sneaker. The outsole is even really special looking. I know you can make the argument that this is special too, but it's molded to itself. It has ice cream on the tongue, on the back, the ice cream logo there. Nothing about this shoe stands out and says Reebok. I hope in the future, and I don't think it's going to happen, but I hope in the future they make each colorway feel a little bit more special. Because right now, it's just colors on a shoe, and it's just like, it feels like any GR shoe. This doesn't really feel like a Tyler shoe anymore to me. It feels more like Nike needs Tyler to make some more colorways and make some more money off of it. It doesn't feel like there's any like rhyme or reason or love or any heartfelt or any care put into these anymore. For these, I think of Wolf immediately. I think of the music videos, him wearing it with the tiger stripe shirt, Tamale, all the funny moments in these, seeing him in concerts with these. For these, what do you guys think when you see these? You think nothing. You think literally nothing. You don't think a single thing with these because there's nothing. There's nothing to him. Like there's no, he didn't wear these really at all. He barely wore these and there's no memories behind it. He didn't put them in videos, albeit he didn't really make many videos at all. But yeah, there's nothing to these. Like that's what stinks about these, is that there's nothing to like cherish these about. But that's just my thoughts. Let me know down below, what do you think? Were the Golf with Fleurs all what they cracked up to be, what you hoped for them to be? Let me know your thoughts down below. Please hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video as well, guys. Please subscribe if you haven't already for more Golf Wang, more shoes, more sneakers, more Shuttle. And this is Shuttleboy, and I'm out, guys. Peace.